Hey, who's got the first question?
Right here. Start off with the champion, Tom Aspinall. Tom, you said in the past after the Sergey Pavlovich fight, you were asked, you said, is Ciryl Gane the next challenger for you? And you said, no, he's going to have to wait. He needs another fight. He doesn't deserve it. He needs to fight Jailton Almeida. He went out. He got the win against Volkov. So now that he's sitting across from you, do you believe that he deserves the title shot right now?
I mean, there was nobody else to fight. I'll just like, Ciryl, you just do your thing, man. You just do your thing. I'll just chill.
Écoutez, il n'y avait personne d'autre avec qui combattre et tu sais quoi, Cyril, parle parce que je te laisse faire.
And question for... What Tom said in multiple interviews in the past, he wants somebody to take him into deep waters in the UFC because he wants to know if he can swim. Obviously, he's never been past the second round.
Merci beaucoup. Merci beaucoup. Merci beaucoup. Pour répondre à cette question, je pense vraiment que Tom a sa réponse. Il sait très bien que dans la catégorie, j'ai un style un peu différent des autres. On sait très bien que je suis plus un gars qui est capable de finir très fort sur 5 rounds plutôt qu'au premier. Donc je pense que tout le monde connaît déjà la réponse.
To be honest, I think Tom has the answer already. He knows I'm a little bit of a different fighter in the division, but I fight in a different way, but I'm sure that Tom will be able to come up with an answer if he's thrown to it. We'll just have to see when the fight happens.
And question for Ciryl. It's your third opportunity to fight for the undisputed title, and you're against Tom Aspinall, who we know trains all the time. He lives, breathes MMA. How invested are you, and how much did you train for this fight, and if more than before?
On sait que mon dernier combat, c'était en décembre. Depuis décembre, j'étais en convalescence tout le mois de janvier. Mi-janvier, février, on a fait la rééducation avec mon kiné Azine, que j'aperçois juste là-bas. T'inquiète pas, je t'ai vu. On a fait la convalescence comme il se devait, et on a fait les choses d'une manière extrêmement sérieuse. Et on a repris les entraînements depuis mars. Et vous aurez remarqué que depuis mars, vous ne m'avez pas vu ni à la Champions League, ni je ne sais où à la Formule 1, ni où je ne sais où. On est resté très concentré sur les entraînements. Je pense que vous l'avez ressenti et vous avez vu juste. Et je pense qu'on sait vraiment... Ce camp-là, pour moi, sera les meilleurs de toute ma carrière, sans aucune hésitation. On a vraiment tout fait pour monter les curseurs au maximum et j'espère que ça va payer.
Well, as you know, my last fight was back in December. Then during the months of January and February, I was resting a little bit. I had a bit of time away through an injury, recovering from that. But since March, I've really been training, giving it my all. I've not been playing PlayStation or going to the Champions League, watching other events like, you know, some of the others. I've been really training. So I'm concentrated. I think everyone's been able to see that. It's been probably one of the best camps in my career. And obviously, I'm ready to get the job done this time around.
And sorry. And a question for Tom Aspinall. Of course, the easy thing would be to, I guess, for you, try to take Ciryl to the ground and try to work from there. Is it obviously going to be the game plan, or are you going to try to strike with Ciryl?
No, I think that if I hit anybody, I can knock anybody out. And I think that Ciryl is no exception, but obviously there are some weaknesses in his ground game that we've seen, but I'm sure he's improved. Do you know what I mean? This is an MMA fight, it can go anywhere, so I'm sure we'll both be ready for anything.
Question for Tom. Tom, you were originally supposed to fight John Jones for the belt. Now it's Ciryl. So my question is simple. Considering that Jones is nearing the end and Ciryl is in his prime, who do you consider the biggest test right now?
Cyryl's the guy I'm fighting, so he's the biggest test right now. John Jones is retired, so I really have much to say on that, to be honest. So I'm fighting this guy, and this guy's really good, so I'll be as ready as I can be.
Question pour Cyril, mon gars. Cyril, la question elle est simple. The question is simple. Do you consider Tom Aspinall as your biggest test right now in your career? Est-ce que tu considères Tom comme ton plus gros test actuellement?
Aujourd'hui, Tom est le champion. Donc, bien évidemment qu'aujourd'hui, Tom sera mon plus gros test. Au-delà de ça, au-delà du statut, je pense que Tom, vous le savez tous, c'est quelqu'un de très complet. On l'a vu dans ses combats. La particularité de tout ce qu'on a vu dans ses combats, c'est qu'il n'a jamais combattu une personne comme moi, avec des aptitudes et des qualités comme les miennes. C'est ce qui va donner un combat intéressant. C'est ce qui va donner un combat intéressant.
You know, Tom's the defending champion. He's really the man to beat at the moment. However, he's also an all-round fighter. He's never fought someone like me, though. I bring something very different. I've got my own very particular style. So I think that's something that he's going to have to contend with.
Question for Ciryl. You've been criticized a lot about your ground game since the last title fight. Can you tell us about your adjustment you've made on this level?
Cyril, juste une question sur ton jeu au sol, tes tactiques au sol. Tu as été évidemment très critiqué dans le passé là-dessus. Donc, est-ce que tu peux nous parler de comment peut-être tu t'es amélioré pour ce combat dans cet aspect?
Parfois la vie, elle est étrange. Celui qui pense que j'ai jamais travaillé mon sol, étant un combattant venu de la boxe thaï, je pense que forcément cette personne se trompe. Aujourd'hui, moi j'ai toujours évolué dans une team avec un coach extrêmement compétent, Fernand Lopez, que ce soit moi, que ce soit Francis, même si parfois on a eu des combats où ça ne s'est pas passé comme on voulait. Croyez-moi qu'il y a une expertise qui fait qu'on bosse énormément notre sol et donc à moi de le montrer tout simplement.
You know, sometimes life is a little bit strange because some bad results and then people think that you've never worked on your ground game, on your grappling. But believe me, as someone who's come from Thai boxing as well, I've got a team behind me by my coach, Fernand Lopez. We've worked on our ground game. These are experts. We know exactly what we're doing. Sometimes I've not been able to show it, and that's on me. But this time, believe me, I've been working, and hopefully I can show it this time around.
Emil Sardarian from Stand 'Em Up. I got a question for Tom Aspinall. Tom.
One question.
Obviously, you've defended your interim title once already. Do you feel like this is your second title defense, or is the interim belt and the actual belt different for you?
To be honest, I don't really care about belts and stuff. I just care about my next fight. Cyryl's my next fight. He's the guy I'm focused on. This fight's been simmering for a long time, do you know what I mean? We both got in the UFC around the same time. We've been talking about this fight for a long time, so I'm just ready to fight this guy already and take him out.
Speaking about this fight for quite a while, even before the John Jones saga, and it's always been painted as the evolution of the heavyweight division. Now you're much more of a favorite, and you're seen as much more of a favorite. Do you see any difference in the matchup compared to maybe a couple years ago when people started talking about it?
Yeah, I think the biggest difference is we're both better. We're both better now than we were a few years ago. We both have a lot more experience. You know, Cyryl's had 2 title shots already. I defended the interim title. I now hold the undisputed title. So I think this fight's going to be better, and I think it's pretty rare that you see any guys of our size that move like we do. So I think this is really like the new age of the heavyweights, and people are really going to start to see the difference now between guys like us and guys 10 years ago.
Thank you, mate. Musa from Boxmag. First question for Tom. You were the hunter before, now you're the prey. Ciryl Gane looking for the belt. How do you feel about the change of dynamic?
I've always wanted to fight anybody. It never really bothered me who I fought. I always wanted to fight with the guy with the belt. Now I've got the belt. Now guys are going to start coming after me, which is great because I've never been picky who I fight. I wanted to fight Ciryl for a long time, and the fight's finally happening, and I'm happy with it.